Please, God, let me put these videos up on YouTube. Please let that great whatever the sermon was I just gave. I have a sister-in-law that says I'm free associative. I jump from thing to thing. I know I do it. It's my way of expressing myself. Some people like it, some people hate it. There's this rapper. Her name is Lady Sovereign. People probably hate her in England. I think she's fucking beautiful. If she needs to marry somebody just to be with somebody and she doesn't have anybody, I'm here. She's way too young for me. I don't think there's an age limit. I think anybody of any age can be with anybody else. It's all a matter of consent. Oh my God, I just revealed something really bizarre to you. Yeah. Is it culture that prevents us? Or the freaking government? Does it say anywhere in the Bible you have to be a certain age to get married? Does it say anywhere in the Bible to read the Bible? It says keep in the Word. It doesn't say read the Bible. How would the Bible know? How would they know that there would be a canon and that it would come to be this thing we call the Bible? There's an Old Testament. There's a New Testament. Jesus probably knew there would be an Old Testament and New Testament. Those apostles, who knows? I have this belief that there really isn't, that time is one-dimensional. It's half-dimensional. It's not one-dimensional, it's half-dimensional. We can only go forward in time. And then you think, well, how in the world could God go think? If you have absolute perception, you have infinite wisdom, you can see every possible little change in physics, in choice of everyone, everywhere, every little atom, everything, all possible parallel, what you think are parallel futures. It's possible. It's possible that this is all fake. This is like the Matrix or something. That I'm in a box whenever I think I'm really in this vast reality. It actually is pretty much of a it actually, this consciousness that I've got of how I'm thinking about what I think is reality now, if I'm just the only one, it doesn't matter. You still have to treat people well because they're probably being tested. I'm probably in a box because if anybody else was to get this, it would really screw up the world for real. It might help the world. I don't know. I'm just giving you my disposition so that if they haul me into court later, they'll realize how my brand of craziness. I would not do this if there was no metaphysical intervention. If I didn't feel there was a metaphysical intervention, I would not be saying any of this shit. I would still be fucking scared to say anything or reveal anything to anybody. Actually, I was never that way, was I? I have to think before what I thought was metaphysical intervention. I just came to the realization that I was leading a real evil existence. It was kind of that Judas moment when you realize that you're fucking evil. To me, what it was is living off my father's money and then realizing he was going to die. And then realizing that I didn't have a job. And then my brother comes to me and says, you know what? You're a victim of circumstance. I didn't even know what that word meant, or what that phrase meant. Parasitic lifestyle, attribute of psychopathy. You begin to realize what it is when it's an attribute of psychopathy. How does that work? Psychopaths know how this works. You should know too. Psychopath befriends you. You have a lot of money. Psychopath sees money as his, logically. If he can get you to think that he is your friend, this is almost no different than catching a lion, because what does he see you as? A lion. He sees you as an animal, because psychopaths don't have the capacity to identify with anybody but themselves. It's a problem in the brain. It has nothing to do. There's no way probably a way you can learn to be a psychopath, but psychopaths are unique. Just as anybody who has any kind of brain problem, mine's aphasia, I can't understand two people talking at the same time. I think I can, but it actually gets jumbled. It's kind of like a dyslexia, trying to make sense of graphic patterns on a page and turn that into information. For me, it's audio. And with that comes other problems like the capacity to get numbers oriented the right way, flipping words of meaning, putting words in the wrong place, meaning to say one thing and saying something completely different. The only reason why I'm even able to talk in front of this camera, other than all that craziness, is the dopamine from whacking to porn. That dopamine will make you say anything. There's this musician named Storm. I don't know what her full name is. That's her stage name, I think. Electrical Storm, something Storm. She wears this fur cap. The name of the song is something like "A Great Day to Be Alive and Wide Awake," and she starts out the whole song with do you ever feel like you're the wallflower and people you never can really talk to people? Well, you need cocaine, dopamine. That's what people do cocaine for. Why politicians do cocaine is so that they can be in front of people. Probably the reason why musicians take cocaine in the 70s. They took cocaine to be in front of people, to also deal with the downs of not being popular. And that's what can lead you to drug abuse, is trying to deal with the reality of what celebrity does to a person when you're not in front of the camera. Why is my thing going yellow, blinking? Is that thing green, or is that... I think green. No, I think it's getting to the end of the memory. No, these memories should last. I think that's my battery going. My battery going south. I think that's what that is. Good time for this all to quit, because I can go on and on. I'm just like Max Lucado. Old Max. Max, come on. Take those books, whatever those videos are you have. You don't have any creditors. It's just you. You holding back good. You holding back good. You empathetic, right? You've gotten the money out of that. Why don't you just throw it up on YouTube? Let's see the good it'll do. You've got that spiritual gift, and you're holding it for ransom. You're making money off the products. Inside the church, you're putting them up in the little bookstore inside the church. What did Jesus do in the temple? Overturn those tables. How big is that temple? Friggin' big. People don't know that. Did Jesus turn over all the tables? That's kind of a miracle. It might have actually happened that he turned over all the tables in a football field of a temple, which is, people think it was a really small temple. But Ray Vanderlaan pointed out, this temple was a lot bigger than just this little, what you thought was a little church. No, friggin' football field of tables set up. This is what I'm imagining. So when it said he overturned